Good day, Hypecast family. I hope this message finds you good and well. That is, good in your being and well in your doing. I come to you today to talk about tiny helpers. Now, whenever I first take on a new account and I'm going to have a new student, or I send out a newsletter to a first-time reader, I always say, by you receiving this communication or this invitation, that automatically enrolls your little one into the Tiny Helpers Association. Now, what does that mean? That means that these little people, these young minds, able-bodied, able-minded little people can put their mind, heart, and hands to contributing to the housework. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, included in the curriculum of reading, writing, computing, and all the literacy, composition, and all of that, I also add a healthy dose of housework. There's always something that they could be doing to contribute to the home and their home life. It could be loading the dishwasher, loading the dryer. Some of the things that are my favorite, of course, are the things that really get them to practice the skills they've learned in school. Sorting the laundry by color. So that means you have to know your colors and be able to sort them. And if you come across a gray area, now you've got some thinking to do. Also, folding clothes. That's the hand-eye coordination that they will also need for cursive writing. My favorite, of course, has to do with food. So going to the grocery store can be an all-day task all around. First of all, naming the items on the grocery list is but one thing. But what happens if you get them to write it? That's penmanship. That's the same hand-eye coordination they need to fold laundry and to sort it. They also have to practice organizational skills, deductive reasoning, because it's going to help them spell the words that they have to write on this grocery list. So it covers a ton of different skills. Then you take that list and you go to the grocery store. They have to now use research skills. They have to be able to read the signs, not just the letters, but the numbers, right? So there's some literacy and numeracy all rolled up into the same activity. You give them an item, they have to find it. And then there's also the sciences of being able to find based on category, like where is the cereal aisle? Well, if I want Apple Jacks, I have to go to the cereal aisle. Where is that? And to know that all the cereals are on one aisle, all the cookies are on another aisle, all the fruit and veg is in one area, that's called produce. So understanding how to categorize things appropriately and then be able to find them in the right place. So you can do a lot of what we would call treasure hunts right there in the store, and they have to find it. Also, you could do some mystery tasks, like find me something that's $2. Find it and bring it back to the cart, and we'll talk about it. So depending on the age of your child, if you feel comfortable for them to go off on their own and find something and bring it back, some you will, because you trust their level of responsibility and respect for other people's space, to send them off on their own and trust that they won't cause any mischief or damage. Then have them bring it back to you and talk about it. So there's tons of things that they could do that they can earn a certain treat afterwards, like, okay, you get all of these tasks done with the grocery store, and we'll have movie night, or we'll have pizza for dinner, or maybe I'll give you a couple dollars, to show that you've earned your keep. And I find that kids get into the challenge of being able to figure out something and actually get it. They actually find the challenge just as rewarding as the prize at the end. So there are lots of things you can do with the day-to-day stuff that we adults find mundane and tedious and monotonous and boring. It's a challenge for them because they're finally applying the skills that they've learned. So I encourage all guardians, all sponsors, all babysitters, anybody who is spending the day with a child, whether it's in the house or running an errand outside of the house, make it a challenge that causes them to use the skills that they've learned in school. Now, I didn't mention when they get home from the grocery store. When you guys get home, there's a special thing called put away. They have to put the groceries away. That's more of the sciences. That's more categorization. What items go in the freezer? versus the fridge versus the pantry. What things are we having tonight that will cook on the stove? What things are meant for the microwave? So you learn how to categorize things and where things appropriately go. So all of that can be a part of the conversation, a part of the learning, engagement, and practice for life. And it builds a great conversation. Better conversations than no, don't touch that. Stop that. Don't do that. Come here. Leave that alone. We want a much better conversation with our young ones that gets them engaged in their environment in a way that benefits them and gets them thinking about what they've learned in school. So try to connect those dots with them the next time you guys are out and about. Give them a challenge that gets them to practice numeracy, computing sums and all of that. Get them to find something, of a different color category. Name 3 things in the room that are red. Find me 4 things in the room that are yellow. What are 2 things we could possibly eat for dinner tonight? All of those things, because it gets them to think, engage in the world around them, as well as their own thought processes. And that's what we really want, family. We want them to engage in their own thought processes as they engage in the world around them and to be comfortable connecting the dots. This is my submission for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that these little tiny helpers really do help as much as the tasks will help them. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.